In this tutorial, I'm going to show you the best settings you can use inside of Rocket League to improve FPS, as well as some optimizations you can apply to your computer to optimize your game's performance. So let's start by launching up the Rocket League game, and once you're inside of Rocket League, we need to head over to the settings by pressing the escape key on your keyboard and heading inside of settings. Now head over to the video tab from the top here, and the first thing we're going to change is our resolution, and you need to make sure this is set to your native resolution size, which for me is 920 by 1080, and if you're not sure what your native resolution size is, then you can just head over to your desktop on your computer and right click somewhere on your desktop and select display settings. Then if we scroll down to resolution, you'll see here next to recommended mine is 920 by 1080, so we can head back over to Rocket League and just make sure these settings match here. Then display mode is super important that this is set to full screen, and vertical sync we want to disable this by keeping it unchecked. Anti-aliasing, you need to turn this off. Render quality we're going to set to performance. Render detail we're going to set to performance, and frames per second we're going to set to uncapped. And then come over to texture detail, and we want to make sure this is also set to performance. World detail should be set to performance, and particle detail should be set to performance. Then make sure all of these options are unchecked here, and then we can save these changes and head out of Rocket League. So now we're just going to change a few settings on our computer that will also help with performance and FPS. So first thing you need to do is head to the start menu and search for control panel and tap on the control panel icon. Then make sure view by up here is set to large icons, and then come over to power options. Inside of here, just make sure you have the high performance plan selected, and then we can close out of this window, and then we're going to head over to the start menu and search for settings and come over to the settings tab. First thing we're going to do inside of here is come down to gaming, and we're going to come inside of this game bar, and you want to make sure this is turned off, disabled, as this will slow down your computer and cause lag and FPS issues. Then we can come back and come inside of the game mode, and we can enable this game mode, as this will apply some optimizations that will help improve performance. And then from the left here we need to come into system, inside of display, and then scroll all the way down to graphics and come into change default graphics settings, and we just want to ensure that hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is enabled. And then we can go back one window, and then we're going to come over to add an app and select browse, and we need to select the Rocket League application. Now if you're not sure where this is saved, it's usually within the C drive, inside of program files, inside of the Epic Games folder, inside of Rocket League, binaries, Win64, and then you should see the Rocket League.exe file, which we can double click, and I've already got mine added to this list, so we can scroll all the way down to find the Rocket League application, and you just need to select it and come into options, and we need to ensure that high performance is selected here, and then we can hit save. And whilst we're in the settings window, it's also a good idea to perform a Windows update by coming down to the left here inside of Windows Update, and then just press this check for updates button to ensure we're running the latest version of Windows. This is important as sometimes outdated software can cause performance issues with our software and applications. We can now close out of this window, then we need to come over to our start menu and search for run, and tap on the run icon, and inside of here you need to type in system properties advanced, and then we can hit enter. Inside of this performance tab we need to come over to settings, and you'll likely have one of these checked. We need to change this to custom, and you need to make your settings exactly like mine on the screen now, which is basically everything disabled. The only things we want to keep enabled in here is animations in the taskbar, show thumbnails instead of icons, and also smooth edges of screen fonts. Everything else we can leave unchecked, and then you can press apply and OK to save all these changes. Then the next thing you're going to do is head back over to the start menu and search for run, and tap on the run icon, and this time we're going to type in msconfig and hit enter. Head over to the services tab and select this button down here, hide all Microsoft services, and then we're just going to go ahead and press disable all, and this is going to disable any third-party applications starting up when you first launch your computer, which is going to massively improve overall performance. So we can press apply and OK to save these changes, and for now we're just going to select exit without restart. And the last thing we're going to do is head over to our start menu and search for device manager, and then tap on the device manager tab, and we're just going to make sure our graphic drivers are fully up to date by expanding display adapters over here. And you need to locate your graphic card driver from the list. Mine's this top one here, so we can just right click on it and select update driver, and then we're just going to press search automatically for drivers. And once you've ensured you're running the latest graphic drivers on your device, we can then close out of these windows, and we're going to restart our computer for all of our changes to take effect. And that's it guys. By following all of these steps, you'll now be running the best settings while playing Rocket League to improve performance and overall FPS. If this video did help you, then please drop a like and subscribe. Until next time.